Fandoms, Danny Phantom and Batman All Media Types. Relationship, Danny Fenton and Jason Todd. Hell yeah.
No introduction?
Not yet. I haven't gotten there, bitch. Characters, Danny Fenton, Jason Todd, Sam Manson, and Tucker Foley. Additional tags. Tumblr prompt. I actually read this prompt on Tumblr before she wrote the book. That's how I found the book. Not Phantom Planet compliant. Attempt at humor, Dead on Main, freeform. You know what Dead on Main is?
No.
Jason and the ship name for Jason and Danny. Because he both died and came back. So Dead on Main. Danny is a simp. So is Jason. Sam and Tucker are dying of laughter. Bat siblings are menace. Published in I can't read dates apparently. 2023, updated 2023. 10,000 words, 5 chapters, comments, bookmarks, blah blah blah. Okay, so name of it is Smash or Pass, with a question mark and everything. The name of the author is nddshkwch.
Arthur?
Yes, the author.
Yeah, Arthur.
Author.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, let me get through this. It's nddshkwch. No way in hell to pronounce that. Summary. See? It's literally just like a key smash.
Yep.
Keyword smash. Okay. Based on this Tumblr prompt, this is a summary by the way. I got this now. Imagine this. A reporter is asking citizens of Gotham their opinions on the various bats in the city when they stumble across Danny. Sleep deprived and looking at, Danny is not paying attention to the reporter at all. Reporter. What is your opinion of Red Hood? Danny, who stayed up all night playing Smash or Pass with Sam and Tucker, on only hearing Red Hood, Smash. And then Danny keeps walking, unaware that he'd just gone viral with only a single word. Notes. Hi everyone, I saw this prompt multiple times, every time hoping that somebody would write this to no luck. Did you miss?
It bounced off. It bounced on the fucking floor and into the fucking truck.
Not my shoe, right?
No, on the fucking shoe.
It wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, it's a fucking napkin.
The dirty shoes, I meant.
Yeah.
Therefore, I decided to do it myself, so please accept this probably poor attempt. English is not my first language, meaning you know it's going to be a good book. So, if there are any conspicuous... English is my first language.
Conspicuous?
This one. Conspicuous. Mistakes that need correcting, please let me know. Having said that, enjoy. Chapter 1. Have fun.
Oh, fuck, man.
I'm gonna eat. You got to eat. You ate that shit quick, too. You were hungry, huh?
Yeah. Chapter 1. It was Danny's fault. It really wasn't. Tucker and Sam came to visit him in Gotham and he had to use every single second he had to spend with them before they left for their own universities. So yeah, he didn't get a blink of sleep that night, preferring to play Smash or Pass of all things before sending his friends on their way. Let him be clear, no matter what anybody says, becoming the next TikTok meme was not his intention. Now his 2 traitors of friends won't let him live this down. Hell, he doesn't know how he's going to show up to his morning class before the chances that nobody saw it were honestly pretty slim. But let us start at the beginning. After escorting Sam and Tucker to the airport, Danny made his way to his advanced aerodynamics classes. Having this particular class first thing in the morning was enough of a nightmare. But having it after a night of no sleep, yeah, He would rather fight.
Pariah.
Pariah Dark.
That's the big dude, the king.
Oh, okay. I never knew his fucking name. Pariah Dark again, to be honest. Danny thought about skipping, but call him crazy. He actually liked this class. The raven-haired boy let out a heavy sigh and beeline for the closest coffee shop in the area.
And you said, I have dyslexia.
Fuck off. He gave it to me. After acquiring his abomination of coffee, 6 espresso shots, and 6 pumps of caramel syrup, the barista
That's delicious.
looked honestly terrified, but then took a glance at him. He could see understanding in her eyes. He made his way out. He made his way out, sipping on the beverage. He could feel his heart beat like crazy against his chest, but felt no more awake than he was in 10 minutes ago.
Do you have a drink?
Yeah, I know.
I'll let you start.
Danny once again contemplated getting an ADHD assessment because caffeine didn't work on him at all. And according to his For You page, that may be a symptom. So who knows? Not Danny, obviously.
That's totally fair.
As he was lost in his thoughts and finding his eyes from closing and taking a nap in the middle of the street, he saw someone with the corner of his eye. I hated this shit in school. Some guy was holding a small microphone and seemingly asking him something. But Danny wasn't really paying attention, which, together with his lethargic brain, caused him to hear only 2 words formed as a question. Red Hood? The man looked at him with obvious anticipation. Now see, if Danny was in any other state, he might have asked the man to repeat the whole sentence once again. But as it was, he only slow blinked at the man in question, and his sleep-deprived brain answered for him. Smash! Danny said, and went on his way, sipping on his coffee, not aware of the stunned man he left behind. It wasn't until the next day that he found out he became a TikTok sensation. The one to break the news to him was Sam, who caught him barely breathing through fits of uncontrolled laughter. To say that Danny was bamboozled was not enough. The 22-year-old blue screened for a minute before asking for clarification, which Sam happily provided. She sent him a direct message on TikTok, and Danny pressed play. The man in said TikTok looked familiar, but from where Danny had no idea. Then it dawned on him as he saw himself in the video, and he felt dread rising within.
Dawn lights on marble heads.
What is your opinion on Red Hood? The man asked, the obviously sleep-deprived Danny. The boy slowly blinked and leaned towards the microphone before answering. Smash. Next thing you saw in the video was Danny sipping on his coffee and going away. And the slack-jaw interviewer turned to the camera before the video looped and played once again from the beginning. Mortified, Danny went on to check the comments, which were all variations of that's so true of him. Never deleting this app. Twink Boy said, what we all think. Never stuttered once. Let him cook. Etc. Danny felt himself cringe with growing embarrassment. I would fucking die.
From reading or laughing?
No, this. I would fucking die in this situation.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Oh God. Sam, please tell me I'm hallucinating and that didn't happen. Danny groaned to one of his best friends. His reaction prompted another fit of laughter from Sam. Sorry to disappoint, dude. How does it feel to be famous? She asked. Before adding, I mean, as a Fenton. Sam snickered. Haha, very funny, Danny grumbled. Besides, let's not exaggerate. There's no way so many people saw it for it to go viral or something. He rolled his eyes. Next thing he knew, he was, once again, laughed at and told to check up the number of likes, which he reluctantly did. His eyes went wide, and he had to do a double take. What do you mean over 10 million people liked it?
That's a lot.
Who the fuck's It's been over a week since the fiasco known as Danny's simping going viral. And Danny knew he was never going to live this down. The disastrous TikTok gained even more views and likes. People even started making edits of him in Red Hood, some of which were really good. Danny's not going to lie. And calling him Twink Boy.
The fact that he looked him up though.
I mean, if I knew they were going to do that shit, I mean, I would have
turned my phone off.
I would at least looked it up to see if they were good or not.
Oh my God.
And then just kill myself afterwards. At the campus, things were pretty tame. Thankfully. Sands? Sands. I think that means Sands. Sands, the occasional snickering. No,
It's Sands.
It's Sands. Sands?
Sands. It means like, accept.
Fucking word?
That's a word. It means accept. To like, get out.
English is weird.
Yes.
Sans the occasional snickering behind
Spell
his
yacht.
Shut the fuck up. His back and people approaching him to say they agree. Which, weird but okay. He guesses hot anti-heroes bring people together.
So true. So. Have I shown you the photo of Red Hood catching a kid with his thighs?
The fuck? No?
It's amazing. It's like it's a comic. It's part of a comic and everything. I think it's even one of the Robins, but I can't remember.
It's like an actual DC comic?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Anyways.
I'll see if I can find it later.
Nevertheless, Danny wanted the ground to swallow him and spit him out when it all was already over. The only thing he could do now, which was close enough, was lock himself in his dorm room and watch the new Marvel series, Small Mercies. Watch the new Marvel series, Small Mercies. He was
You said that, right?
Yeah. I did?
Yeah.
Okay. He was halfway through criticizing the use of AI art in the opening sequence when he got a notification of an incoming video call. He accepted it and faced honest to God, dying of laughter, one Tucker Foley. Foley, guy. Dude, his friend exclaimed, wiping the laughter tears off with his finger. Check your TikTok right now, he uttered before once again going into a fit of laughter. Then he felt dread fill his whole being, reminiscing him of the situation from a week ago. Please, not again, he thought. Then he shut his eyes closed and heaved a sigh, preparing for the inevitable. What happened this time? Another edit you want to shove into my face? He was asking. Just check it, Tucker snickered.
Oh, I remember.
Then he took a deep breath and opened TikTok and he clicked on the message from Tucker. It was a video from the same creator that interviewed him and caused him to lose any ounce of respect he had in his friend's eyes, which wasn't much, but still.
At least he admitted it.
He stood himself one last time and clicked on the TikTok. The video was dark, obviously recorded at night. The camera was rather unstable, as if the person was holding it was running, which they probably were seeing as the interviewer from a week ago was chasing after something. Microphone picked up the labored breath of the man holding it. Quickly or we'll lose him, the interviewer said to the cameraman. They came into an alley and the interviewer pointed at something. Here he is, he exclaimed. The camera focused on a big figure grappling through the air. Danny would recognize those strong thighs and body built like a tree trunk everywhere. Even if the red helmet on the person's head wasn't a dead giveaway. No, he uttered with horror. Yes, Tucker sniffed. Red Hood, hey, Red Hood, I have a question, the interviewer shouted at the vigilante, still running after him and obviously out of breath. The cameraman now focused on the man with the red helmet, recording him stopping in a fire escape of some building. What? The sort of voice spat, clearly annoyed at being followed. The interviewer wasted no time. What is your opinion of Twink Boy? He asked with anticipation in his voice, holding his microphone in the direction where Red Hood was. Excuse me. Now, Danny could have sworn that the vigilante smirked under the helmet of his. It was visible in his whole body language. Nevertheless, he prepared himself for the man's answer. Smash. After that, Red Hood grappled away and the video looped once again. What the fuck? Tucker's booming laugh filled Danny's room as the realization dawned on him. There was no way in hell he was going to live this down. Ever. You read the notes?
If you want.
Do I have to?
No.
Okay. That's the end of chapter 1.
Mm-hmm. I'll read chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Oh, fuck!
That chapter was longer than I remember.
You gotta think. You read fucking fast.
Actually, I read slow. That's what my English teachers always told me. That I read slow. I was below average. And yet I read the most in the school building. Alright, chapter 2. Jason's patrol has been going quite the usual. Saving people, busting kneecaps, nothing out of the ordinary. So imagine his surprise when mid-beating the shit out of somebody, some pesky robber, he heard a burst of uncontrollable laughter from the kid he just saved. No fucking way, the teen whispered to himself before typing something on his phone. Fizz paused mid-air. Jason exchanged confused looks with the man who became the fuck?
The truck has a timer, so
Does it?
it won't waste gas.
Okay. Damn, possible. Jason exchanged confused looks with the man who became his own punching bag that night. The man shrugged half-heartedly before the vigilante knocked him out with a fist to his face. Grabbing the stolen wallet and pocketing the robber's knife, it was a nice one, sue him. Jason turned around to the kid who was still there for some reason to see what was going on. When the kid saw him approaching, he stiffened miniaturely, looking like a deer caught in the headlights. He visibly gulped and hid his phone into his hoodie. Now, kid, you see, laughter is not the usual reaction I get while beating some scum, but I guess there's a first for everything, Jason said while handing the teen his wallet back. The boy rushed to take his property back, simultaneously blushing in embarrassment and stuttering out, "I wasn't laughing at you, sir. It's just..." The kid waved his phone as if finishing his sentence. "It's just what?" Jason inquired. The boy unlocked his phone and turned it towards the vigilante. "It's better if I just show you," he said before clicking on a TikTok video. Jason cocked his eyebrow but leaned to see better anyway. In the video was some man with a microphone apparently. He was on one of the creators interviewing people on the streets. That sounds really dangerous to do in Gotham, honestly. anywhere, especially Gotham if you think of it.
Let's get my phone with the charger.
Did he say anything else?
About you?
Never mind, I don't really care.
No. He said so many things. I'm trying to remember the best one.
He approached some Gotham University student, basing on the guy's sweatshirt, who honestly looked like a zombie. Which wouldn't be surprising in the slightest. It's Gotham after all. Even Jason himself could be counted as a somewhat zombie, so yeah. Nevertheless, saying that the boy was not attractive would be a lie. Shaggy raven hair, blue as eyes to ever blue. That's a lie. Blue as eyes to ever blue. Cute nose, and oh my god, those cheekbones. Yeah, Jason was thankful for his 20/20 vision because the boy was a sight to see. In the student's hand was coffee, on which he slowly sipped, seeming lost in his own thoughts. More like preventing from falling asleep. The interviewer held out his microphone towards him. "What's your opinion of Red Hood?" The man asked. The boy slowly blinked and leaned towards the microphone before answering, "Smash." After that, the boy sipped on his coffee and went away. And the slack-jawed interview turned to the camera before the video looped and played once again from the beginning. Jason blue screened for a second, not expecting the answer at all. Honestly, he felt flattered. Damn, he wouldn't mind smashing the guy himself. Jason smirked to himself as he watched the TikTok replay itself, when suddenly he heard this agitating, grating voice causing him to freeze in horror. Wait, I've heard that line from somewhere. Is it a meme?
What?
He heard this agitating, grating voice. I swear I got this meme from somewhere. Okay. I'll see if I can find it.
Doesn't sound familiar to me.
I don't know. Oh my god, Dick said, apparently having grappled there in his Nightwing getup when Jason was admiring his fanboy. The kid rescued earlier that night looked unsurely between the two vigilantes, but Jason just closed his eyes and prayed to every god known to mankind. Dick turned towards the boy as he slung his arm around Jason's shoulder. "Can you send me this?" Jason was not going to live this down. The next couple of days made Jason regret ever digging his way out of the grave, and somewhat reconciling with his family, minus Bruce, obviously. The teasing was endless. Even Cass and Alfred were making sly remarks, causing him to suspend their favorite family member status for the time being. Surprisingly, Jason found solace in the mini Bruce as Damian deemed the whole situation ridiculous. Why are people so excited about someone who wants to beat you up? Which, yeah, bless his innocent, at least in this regard, heart. Tim and Duke snickered every time they saw him, often giving their best impressions of the tired student saying "smash" with stone faces. Barbara also joined in on the fun, teasing him through his earpiece whenever he was patrolling. The worst of them were obviously Dick and Steph, who bombarded his phone with every video of the twink boy, as the public dubbed the poor student they came across. There were even shipping edits. Jason couldn't grasp how some of them were genuinely good. If he saved some of them, no he didn't. Those two traders even commented on some of the TikToks spreading the ship name they came up with through the cursed app, Red Riding Twink.
Oh my god. Red Riding Twink.
Was a name from the ninth circle of hell, and no one was going to convince Jason otherwise. He cringed every time he saw or heard it. One upside to this whole situation, besides having a hot fan of course, was that Bruce seemed as exhausted as Jason was. The man sighed and pinched the bridge of his nose every time he was in the vicinity of Jason and the others these days. He seemed to age 10 years with every poor joke, which Jason found hilarious. It might have been petty of him to think like that, but hey, a win's a win.
A win's a win. A win's a win. What the fuck? I seen a couple of those, man. Pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, you sent me a couple of those.
Someone would fuck, dude.
About a week had passed since the whole Twink Boy disaster. Jason found himself patrolling like most of the nights. It was an honest-to-God tough night, if not drug dealers then robbers. Currently, he was fighting Black Mask Goon, which seemed to spawn out of nowhere. It was starting to get on his nerves more than usual. He kneed one of the men in the groin, causing him to groan in pain, before finishing him with a fist to his nose. Jason had little time to marvel at the amount of blood which poured out from the unconscious Goon's nostrils, before he had to duck to dodge a bullet. The vigilante wheeled around, fishing out one of his knives, and slashed the hand holding the gun. The man screamed and let out his weapon before a steel-toed boot connected with his knee, which now bent slightly to the other way. The goon screamed in agony and fell to the ground, holding his injured leg. Before Jason could add another busted kneecap to his mental list, ha, beat this, Damien. A knife aimed at his neck, which, bad idea really. He grabbed the hand, disarmed it, and threw the guy to the ground. A loud crack echoed through the streets, as now the man's bone poked out of his forearm. Jason winced in sympathy. He must have thrown him onto the curb. Ouch. But oh well, he'll live. Probably. The bleeding was rather concerning. He was about to help the man, which was rather ironic considering they wanted to kill him, when he heard police sirens approaching. Jason shrugged and grappled to the nearest building, from where he observed the officers arresting the goons, only slightly beaten up. See, Jason can be nice if he wants to. And calling the ambulance to get the others. Once the street cleared, Jason decided to call it a night and go to one of his safe houses to nap. As he grappled through the streets, he sensed someone tailing him. The vigilante glanced behind himself and saw a man running through the street, a microphone in his hand, running by another man, this one holding a camera. What the fuck, Jason thought as he took a turn. His two shadows must have seen him, as next thing he knew, the man holding the microphone was shouting after him, asking if the vigilante could answer his question. Honestly, Jason admired the man's stamina. The vigilante made up his mind and stopped at the nearest fire escape. What? He spat, glancing at the man. Looking at him correctly, Jason recognized him as the man who interviewed his crush, fanboy.
Why don't you open her room so we can have fun with her?
And he narrowed his eyes on him. Not that the man could see this, it being quite literally the middle of the night, Jason's helmet notwithstanding. What's your opinion of Twink Boy? The interviewer asked, eyes gleaming with anticipation. Initially, overcome by the feeling of surprise, Jason relaxed and smirked under his helmet. His siblings may not let him live this down even more, but he had to speak his truth. Having made up his mind, Jason answered, smash. The interviewer sputtered, and Jason grappled on through the night. First thing he did when he reached his destination was turn off his phone. He will deal with another wave of teasing tomorrow. Right now, he's too tired. Taking off his helmet, Jason forewent, changing his clothes, and collapsed on his bed, instantly falling asleep. Just as he predicted, the video of him saying he'd smashed the Twink Boy ended up on TikTok and went viral. His siblings' teasing may have gotten worse, but Bruce looked even more dead inside. Small mercies. He was on patrol once again, scrolling through TikTok and taking in the disaster that he has taken over the app. Taking in the disaster that has taken over the app. Namely the red writing twink frenzy. Basically every other video was either a shipping edit or a conspiracy theory. There were even TikToks of people asking Nightwing and Spoiler about this whole situation, to which both of them laughed shamelessly. They even gained the title of the head shippers within the fandom. Yes, the fandom. It's a fandom within a fanfic book.
Conception.
Thanks to their comments on various videos. How no one was making fun of them was a mystery to Jason. The vigilante scrolled on, saving some more extreme well-made edits for scientific purposes, of course. When he heard a commotion in one of the alleys, Jason pocketed his phone and moved to assess the situation. He landed stylously and took in the situation before him. A man standing with his back to Jason was pulling on the hair on his head, visibly distressed and mumbling to himself. In front of that man was another figure, this one lying prone on the ground, not moving. Looking closer, Jason saw the blood on the left hand of the standing man. The vigilante took out his gun and aimed, making his way towards the supposed criminal. Hands up, slowly turn around towards me. Got it? He spoke slowly and clearly. The man stiffened for a moment before obeying. I swear it's not what it looks like. It was an accident, the man said while turning around. Now, Jason was not prepared for what he saw, not in the slightest. You see, the man who quite obviously took a life, yeah, he could recognize that shaggy hair, blue eyes, cute nose, and those criminally attractive cheekbones everywhere. He spent at least 2 weeks looking at him through a screen after all. Twink boy, Jason asked, stunned. I swear I'm not a murderer. Wait, what? Before Jason... No, shit, I fucked up. But Jason wasn't listening to him at that moment. No, his eyes were glued to the body on the ground, which he now recognized was sheer terror. Fuck. The vigilante felt his jaw drop. Is that the fucking Joker? Your turn. Thank God. I need a break.
Oh, I gotta read the notes too?
No.
How did Danny end up in this situation, guys? That's a very good question. You see, it was a day like any other day, any other during the last week for Danny. In other words, hell on earth. After the Red Hood TikTok went viral, Danny hadn't known peace. People on campus snickered whenever they saw him, or worse, called him Twink Boy in public places. This led to a situation when even one of his professors called him that.
Oh my God.
That in front of the whole class. Like, come on. So it won't come as a surprise that Danny had enough. He wanted to finally try this grimace shake at McDonald's that's popped up amidst the Red Riding Twink TikTok. The name of the ship gave Danny nightmares. And to think that Nightwing was his second favorite vigilante, Danny felt betrayed. And he wanted to do it in peace. That's why he ended up in Crime Alley in the middle of the night. The further from campus, the better, ran through Danny's mind as he entered the premises. The team manning the register looked and sounded so dead inside that Danny seriously contemplated if he really wasn't. His ghost sense was quiet, though, so Danny placed his order and sat down to wait. He cast a perfunctory look at the people inside the local. Okay.
He looked around.
Yeah, one homeless looking dude and a young couple acting all lovey-dovey. Damn, Danny hadn't felt so single in a while. His mind wandered towards a certain red-helmeted vigilante.
Oh my God.
Built like a tank, and he sighed dreamily. He fantasized about meeting the other since he was on his turf. Maybe there'd even be a meet cute. Okay.
Murder me cute.
Maybe there'd even be a meet cute.
It's a fantasy rom-com thing. Well, not fantasy.
They said that was a question too. So I was questioning it, and it was a question.
Yeah. Because maybe there'd even be a meet cute. That's a question in a sentence.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it as a question.
Oh, okay.
And also, I was questioning it too.
Okay, there was too many things going on.
Bitch.
Yeah, no. Do you know what a meet cute is? It's a rom-com thing. It's like a cute way to meet the love of your life, like the coffee shop feel. Yeah.
Danny stopped himself to stop this absurd train of thoughts in time to collect his order and headed out into the night.
Technically, it is good.
Shut the fuck up.
Also, there is actually another Dead on Main book called Murder Meet Cute. It actually is the exact same as that. It's a really popular idea, where Danny kills the Joker, and that's how he meets Red Hood, and they fall in love. It's actually super popular.
He was walking down some honestly shady streets, but as a chronically sleep-deprived and tired student, he really didn't give a fuck. Besides, what's the worst that could happen to him? Somebody would kill him? Been there, done that, Danny thought. He continued walking, sipping on his shake, which was honestly a little disappointing, but whatever. It was.
I didn't want it. I watched somebody throw it up online. I was like, oh hell no.
It was a fake.
Was it?
They're all fakes. Everybody that does that with edits, they're all fakes.
Edits? What edits?
You never seen?
I didn't see any edits. I saw a video of some girl picking it up on her sister. I was like, oh no, that's not happening.
Pretty sure it's a fake. Everybody gets the shake, tries it, and it cuts to a scene to where they're like all fucked up or something. Like some dude was covered in it.
Maybe. I don't know. It's definitely possible.
I'll show you something. What the fuck was that?
The shake was disappointing.
Oh. It was while he was passing by some really dark alley, which was a feat on its own. Because how do you even get darker than the black of night? When he heard it. Can I have a cigarette? Said the voice from the alley. Then he gulped. You see, he listened to the Magnus archives, and he knew what would happen if he stepped too close to whatever it was in
I actually
darkness.
haven't listened to that, but I really want to. The Magnus Archive. I think it's a pod. Not thick, but like a pod. No, it's a podcast.
Like hell, he was going to fall victim to the stranger. Besides, he didn't even smoke. Sorry, dude. Don't have any, Danny said as he slowly backed from the entrance of the alley. Now, if you excuse me, Danny couldn't finish his sentence as he was suddenly snatched by the hood of his sweatshirt and dragged into the darkness. An arm wrapped himself around the student's throat as a deranged laugh reverberated through the alley and Danny panicked. He acted on pure instinct when he snatched his assailant's arm away, pivoted on his feet, and aimed a straight left at the other's face, his eyes glowing electric green. You won't get me, you taxidermy freak, Danny shouted as his fist connected to the creeper's nose with a nauseating crunch, cutting off the terrifying laugh. It was at this moment that Danny realized three very important things. One, the guy wasn't a monster in a traditional sense. No, it was the Joker. Holy fuck, I pressed the Joker, Danny thought. Two, Danny might have used too much of his ghostly strength as he looked at his left fist covered in blood. Oh my god, there's so much blood. And remembered the sickening sound as it connected to the other's face. 3. The Joker wasn't moving. Correction. The body wasn't moving. The freaking body wasn't moving. Danny looked closer at the Prince of Crime and felt himself getting sick. This guy, Prince of Crime? The guy's face was caved in. The sight was made even more grotesque by the blood flowing steadily from the wound and pooling on the ground. Realization was slowly getting to Danny. The student felt his breath quickening and panic rising. Oh my God, I killed the Joker, he whispered, shouted to himself. Danny started nervously pacing from one side of the narrow alley to the other. His hands found their way to his hair, pulling on the raven strands. Oh no, 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 no. This can't be happening, he whispered to himself. What am I going to do? I can't go to jail? What will Mom and Dad say? He stopped his pacing, his hands clutching harder on his hair. What's Jazz going to say? Oh, Ancient, she's going to kill me, this time for real. During his frantic mumbling to himself, Danny failed to sense the presence of another being entering the alley, sneaking up on him from behind. He froze in horror when he heard a modified voice, which he failed to recognize in his condition, telling him to put his hands in the air and turn around. Danny gulped once again that night before complying, with explanation on his tongue. He faced the new arrival. I swear it's not what it looks like. It was an accident, he said while looking at the ground in a blue funk. He raised his eyes and saw the barrel of a gun pointed at him. He felt as if his heart was about to jump out of his chest. And that's all because I went to the stupid ass shake, he thought to himself. He heard the others say something which triggered an automatic response out of him before he registered what was said. I swear I'm not a murder. Wait, did this dude just call him Twink Boy? Lord have mercy. Wait, what? With that, then he finally looked at the man and was struck dumb. Lo and behold, right in front of him stood the one and only Red Hood. Danny's brain overheated. That wasn't a meat cute. That was a meat disaster. Meat nightmare. How do you read that?
Oh, I just read crush, favorite. That's what I did earlier.
His crush, or favorite, vigilante was going to arrest him. Hell to the no. Said vigilante was as if in a kind of stupor, looking at the prone figure behind Danny. His gun now slightly lowered. Is that the fucking Joker? He had shouted. Red Hood collected himself promptly, his head snapping towards Danny, which frankly looked quite terrifying, if Danny had to be honest. What the hell happened here? The vigilante asked slowly, motioning with his gun towards the body. Danny twisted the bottom of his sweatshirt nervously. This is the end, he thought. You see, he started. I was walking from McDonald's with my grimace shake, which, by the way, is so overrated. When I passed by this alley and heard a creepy voice asking me if I had a cigarette, I did it. I don't smoke, you see. Besides, I was pretty scared because I listened to this podcast and there was a similar situation and I thought it was a monster. I know. I don't make that face, but it's Gotham. Everything's possible. And he stopped to take a small breath. So anyway, I wanted to keep walking, but then Mr. Joker here grabbed me by the hood and dragged my ass into the alley before headlocking me with his arm. And I panicked. I freed myself and punched him in the face. It was self-defense, I swear. I didn't mean to send him to glory or hell. I think he'll go there. And fuck. What?
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, please, Mr. Hood, sir, I don't want to go to jail. Danny ended his explanation with hands folded in a pleading gesture. His eyes shut closed as he waited whatever the vigilante was going to do. He was met with silence, which prompted him to pry one of his eyes open to look at Red Hood. The man did not move an inch, standing where he stood when he asked Danny to explain everything. He looked as if he was turned into a stone with how still he was. Suddenly, the vigilante's shoulders started to shake, which was swiftly followed by a gust of laughter. Red Hood fucking
I would like to remind you you're being recorded.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking bent over while laughing his lungs out. He even needed to support himself with a hand to the wall. His deranged laugh, modulated by his helmet, rivaled the late Prince of Crime. May he not rest in peace himself. Danny was struck dumb. He didn't know what to do, so he just stood there like an idiot, gaping at the other and waiting the verdict. Was this his last night as a free man? Danny sure hoped not, but he decided to accept whatever the vigilante deemed necessary. Finally, Red Hood calmed down. He straightened his back and wiped the proverbial tears from under his eyes. He took a few steps towards Danny and stood what could be considered slightly too close for the other's poor bisexual heart.
Oh my god.
I thought you couldn't be more my type, and yet here we are, huh? The vigilante said while looking down at Danny. And goddamn wasn't the man tall. When he approached Danny, the student was left staring at Red Hood's chest. Not that Danny complained, his pectorals were a gift from God. Jesus. Danny snapped out of it, finally registering what the other had said, and his brain short-circuited. He looked up at the anti-hero. He had to tilt his head up. Oh my god, the man was huge. With a startled, huh? As blush spread over his cheeks and ears. Jason was stunned. Like, what the actual fuck just happened? Was it a dream? A fantasy? Certainly his life couldn't get so good lately. Certainly his life couldn't get so good tonight. Right? Speechless, he observed Twink Boy. He needed the guy's name ASAP. As he explained what had happened. Jason's eyes widened with every word leaving the cute lips of the student. Okay. Grimace shakes? Yeah, Jason agreed. But wait, what fucking podcast? And how did the other know that Jason was making a face? He had a helmet on. Never mind. He killed the Joker with a single punch to his face. A single fucking punch. Jason felt himself swoon. Talk about boyfriend material. Scratch that. Husband material. The guy checked every box. When the story finished, Jason couldn't hold it in anymore and doubled over laughing hysterically. It was fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. He couldn't believe it. He laughed for a good 10 minutes, sides hurting and tears streaming down his cheeks under the helmet. Finally, with a final woo, he composed himself and straightened back up. He approached the boy, trespassing his personal space boundary and standing as close as chest to chest with him. Or rather, chest to face, since the flustered student was adorably shorter than him. My God, my heart can't take this, he thought. I thought you couldn't be more my type, and yet here we are, huh? Jason said, amused beyond belief. With a startled huh, the boy looked at him, and holy cow, his eyes had this electric edge about them. Yeah, about them. Almost seeming to glow in the dark alley. Actually, scratch that. Was Jason's eyes deceiving him, or did they actually glow a little? Huh? Anyways, that's a problem for the future Jason. The present Jason had another task at hand. He cleared his throat.
Getting a ring on that finger.
So, he said while looking inquiringly at the other. The student looked at him quizzically.
done me wrong.
Yeah, quizzically, before understanding, flooded his eyes. He flushed even harder and cleared his throat. One of his hands found its way to the nape of his neck, rubbing in a nervous fashion. Danny? He provided hesitantly. Danny. Yeah. So, Danny. Jason heard out the student's name and smirked in satisfaction as he observed the shiver that ran through the student's body. Jesus. What do you say we get rid of the trash right over there and go grab a coffee or something?
These are some thirsty motherfuckers.
The student, Danny, sputtered and looked at him incredulously.
Incredulously.
Shut the fuck up.
Incredulously.
This is why I'm a fucking welder. Coffee?
This is why I'm a writer.
Shut the fuck up. What do you mean? Coffee? I mean, yes. Oh God, yes. But I killed the Joker. He stuttered out. I know. That's why I want to repay you for that.
Oh my God.
Jason said nonchalantly. I can't read that, but I can't read that. Okay. At the stunned look on Danny's face, Jason continued. You did the city a big favor, don't you think? The student seemed to think about this, which gave Jason the time to fish out his phone and start typing a text to one of his men to take care of the body. I mean, I guess, but no buts. I'm not some bat stick-up-his ass man to punish a good citizen of Gotham. Jason once again interrupted Danny while pressing send and then pocketing his phone. The others still looked shaken up, and Jason wanted to fix it as soon as possible. And hey, if he got a date out of it, then that would be a welcome bonus. I'm not from Gotham, though. Danny said. Tentatively. Tentatively. Danny said tentatively. His hands twisting his sweatshirt shoes. Shut the fuck up. You bitch. Jason waved his hand in a whatever gesture. Unnecessary details. You
So you can kill the next group of sailors in this part of the sea.
Unnecessary details.
My wife, cut off their tails. We're ending this now. Throw their bodies back in the water.
You up for my offer, or he left the question hanging? Danny seemed to perk up at this. Yes, absolutely, the student said hurriedly, which prompted a smile out of Jason. Fist bumping the air in his mind. He took another step towards Danny. There was next to no space left between them. Great. Make sure to hold on tight, Danny. Jason said as he bent slightly towards the other so that their faces were closer together. The student seemed stunned at their proximity. He didn't even seem to be aware of Jason's arm sneaking around him. Sure, Danny said breathily. Then after a moment of thought, he seemed to contemplate the request. Wait, why should I?
Screaming.
Yeah, before he could finish, Jason grabbed him by the waist and pushed against himself before grappling off into the night. Fucking take this.
You're almost done. Oh, you are done.
I am done.
Okay. I said we stop here.
There's like 2 chapters left.
I know. Do you want me to read the next chapter?
Yes.
Okay, I'll read the next chapter. Chapter 4. Great. Make sure you hold on tight, Danny, Red Hood said, the vigilante leaned closer towards Danny, and the student was left openly staring dreamily at the taller man. Their faces were so close, if Danny got on his tiptoes, he could kiss the other like he saw they did in the movies. Granted, Red Hood still had his helmet on, but you get the idea. It would be like the Spider-Man kiss, but inverted. Which Danny supposed made it a normal kiss, but shush. Danny was so lost in his daydreams, or were they night dreams? With it being night and all that. This looks like something I'd say.
Yeah.
That he only managed to give a breathily affirmative answer in his stupor. Only after a moment, the sense of Red Hood's question was digested by his brain. He felt his brows frown in confusion. Wait, why should his question cut off into a scream, as suddenly he was being squashed into the vigilante's chest. So comfy, Danny thought. By the arm on his waist. When did it get there? And taken into the air while being held by Red Hood. Danny's arms found their way around the vigilante and clinged to the other man on instinct. Red Hood had the nerve to laugh at Danny as he swung them from building to building, visibly having a destination in mind. After the initial shock, Danny relaxed and was able to enjoy their little journey. He marveled at the city and its nightlife below them, unaware of the other man casting him glances from time to time. Danny never had the time or disposure to decently explore Gotham from above, and he was glad for this little glimpse at its essence, even if it all started with an unsuccessful kidnapping and a murder. But oh well, that happens. After about 15 minutes, their impromptu trip came to an end when Red Hood landed them outside some building. Danny already mourned having to unstick himself from the man of his dreams, vigilante, when the other put him down and took a step back. Danny, being his awkward self, cleared his throat before averting his gaze. He put one hand on the nape of his neck in a nervous fashion. So what do you say? Want to get inside? Red Hood asked him. Danny looked at him. God, was he sculpted by Michelangelo himself? And saw him pointing with his thumb to the right. The half-elf followed the direction of the finger and locked onto a surprisingly still open cold stone creamery. Didn't know they were 24-hour ones, Danny said in wonder. Not that I'm complaining, but I thought you said we were getting coffee, he said with his eyes again on the vigilante. That was the original plan, yes, but then I remembered your disappointment with the Grimace Shake and decided you have to try the one they serve here, Red Hood explained while leading Danny to the door with a hand on the small of his back. Danny's brain blue-screened at the action. He walked as if he was in a daze when Red Hood opened the door for him and led him to the register. Danny's eyes traveled to the menu behind the cashier, and he felt his jaw go slack. No way. They have Barbie Shake here? He asked as he turned excitedly towards the other. Red Hood chuckled a little at his reaction before ordering 2 Barbie Shakes. What the fuck is that?
It's new to me.
And paying the wide-eyed cashier. The poor girl looked flabbergasted, but took the money and started making the order. There's gonna be pictures of them online. I could have paid for myself, you know, Danny said as they waited. He kept stealing glances toward his companion. Red Hood stood with his arms crossed across his chest, which gave Danny a nice view of his biceps flexing under his jacket. He felt saliva escaping his mouth and moved to quickly wipe it off. Am I seriously drooling at the sight of Red Hood? I'm no better than a man, Danny thought. You are a man, Danny, his consciousness provided, sounding weirdly like Sam. Semantics, he thought back. What kind of first date would it be if I made you pay when I took you here? Red Hood countered, sending, Danny sputtering. However, he was saved from having to come up with an answer to that when he heard a clunking noise from behind the register. Sorry, the girl making the drink shouted back at them. She was weirdly flushed, Danny noticed. Wonder what that's about. Soon enough, their drinks were made and they left the local areas. This time, it was Danny who held the door for the vigilante, to which said man reacted with a curtsy. Okay. Both sniggered and left the premises, leaving the astounded cashier in their wake. What the fuck, the girl said to herself. She took out her phone and unlocked it. Twitter's not gonna believe this.
Oh god.
Fucking knew it. So, what do we do now? Danny asked as they stepped onto the streets. He sipped his shake. Damn, this is so good. Red Hood chuckled. Even distorted by the helmet, it sounded criminally attractive. Couldn't he give Danny's heart a break? What do you say we get on one of the rooftops? The vigilante took a step towards Danny and handed him his own shake. He readied his grappling hook and Danny gulped. Can't we just take the stairs or lift to get there? Danny took a step back, but Red Hood pulled him closer and secured him with an arm around Danny's middle. The vigilante leaned in closer and Danny felt blood rushing to his cheeks and ears. He was way too close. Hold on tight, Spider Monkey, Red Hood whispered as they took off. What the fuck? Danny's scream reverberated through the streets. He clutched onto the Barbie shakes as if his life depended on it, and his legs found their way around the helmeted anti-hero. After all, he had to hold onto him somehow. After a while, Red Hood landed them on one of the rooftops. It was quite high, giving them a nice view of the city below. Not that Danny could see it. He was too busy embracing the vigilante like a koala bear. He felt reverberations. He felt vibrations under his cheek, which prompted him to look up at the amused vigilante. You can let go now, Danny let out a squeak. Get a grip, Danny. At least I know what the word was.
Fuck up. Fuck you.
At least I knew what it was.
Fuck you.
And untethered his legs from the other. Red Hood carefully lowered him to the ground, but didn't take a step back, resulting in a very close proximity between the two. Danny took a step back and bashfully averted his gaze. It landed on the Barbie shakes in his hands. How the shakes survived their impromptu way up remained a mystery to him. Danny cleared his throat. I can't believe you cited Twilight. He handed Red Hood his shakes. Now that he thought of it, how was the other supposed to drink it with his helmet on? The vigilante took the offered beverage. Their fingers brushed, and Danny felt his heart somersault. Hey, it's a classic. Besides, it's fit the situation, Red Hood said as a matter of fact. He moved towards the edge of the building and took a seat on its ledge. Now come here. I promise I won't let you fall. He patted the space next to himself. Only then was Danny made aware of the view in front of him. He let out an astonished whoa and made his way towards the vigilante. Danny carefully sat next to Red Hood, his legs dangling above the streets of Gotham, as he marveled at the sight in front of him. He really regretted not having done this before during his stay in the city. The view was breathtaking, and the Gothic architecture perfectly accentuated by the mixture of nightly darkness and streetlights. Looking at it gave him a sense of peace. He could understand now why Sam liked it so much. He was brought up from his thoughts by Red Hood. Why Gotham? What do you mean? Danny looked at the vigilante, who was turned towards him, shake resting in his hands. I knew he couldn't drink it, Danny observed. Don't get me wrong. I love the city, but I was born here. I know that its reputation is rather deterrent. So I was curious. Why did you decide to study here? The vigilante supplied. Danny pondered the question for a moment. To be frank, I got a full ride scholarship in Gotham U, he said as he fiddled with the straps of his sweatshirt. I couldn't not accept it. The aerospace engineering courses are really good here. Besides, I needed to leave. Things, let's say they weren't great at home. He took a sip of his shake as his shoulders drooped. Sorry. Way to kill the mood. Danny sheepishly smiled at the vigilante. Danny, that's okay. I get it. Don't worry. Red Hood assured him as he put a hand on Danny's shoulder. I have my own share of family issues, he added as he shrugged and Danny relaxed a little. What about you? What made you take the mantle and become Red Hood? Let's just say that there's too much scum on the streets of Gotham, especially Crime Alley. Someone had to do something about it. The bats can't be everywhere. Besides, I don't want the big bat on my streets. Red Hood scoffed before continuing. God knows you can't count on the cops. Who knows how many of them are corrupted anyway? I'll drink to that, Danny agrees as he raised his hand with his shake. The vigilante raised his own and they clinked to them. Is there something you missed from back home? Red Hood continued his questioning. This time, Danny didn't need to think of an answer. The stars, he replied, looking at the overcast sky. I lived in a small town in Illinois. There was very little light pollution, so I could just lay down on the roof of my house and marvel at the various constellations. He reached his hand towards the clouds above. That's the thing I miss the most, he admitted. Motherfucker. It's starting to hurt. I didn't bring my glasses.
I was about to say, where's your glasses?
At the house. Jason looked at the student next to him as he laminated his inability to see the stars in Gotham, and something pulled at his heart. Danny really seemed to love them. His eyes had this spark in them when he spoke about the stars, making them even more beautiful. Danny finished speaking. Jason hummed in understanding. He averted his gaze to the shake sitting in his hand, untouched. Damn his stupid brain for not thinking about the fact that he was on the clock and that he wore a freaking helmet. And he really liked this shake too. Now he had to waste it unless he wanted to risk unraveling his secret identity. Of all times, he had to forget to wear his domino mask under it tonight. Jason heaved a sigh and put the shake next to him and took out his phone. So, he started with a mischievous smirk forming on his lips. He had to make Danny think about something else, and he knew just the way to do it. What's your opinion on Red Riding, Twink? It worked like a charm. Danny's expression changed from sad yearning to exasperation in a record time. Oh my God, the student groaned, blush blooming on his cheeks and ears. I forgot about it for a minute and you had to bring it up. Hey, it's a very important question, Jason countered, amused. He let out a laugh as Danny put his head into his hands and laid back onto the roof.
Oh God, it's a fanny pack.
Can't see it.
I know, you blunted.
Damn, we lose my place, bitch. Ah, here it is. This is a name from the 9th Circle of Hell. And to think I admired Nightwing just to be betrayed like that. Huh. Talk about soulmates, because Jason thought the exact same thing. The boy was becoming even more perfect with every minute. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. If I didn't play Smash or Pass instead of sleeping, this wouldn't have happened. Now we're doomed to be the TikTok sensation for who knows how long. Even the submarine TikToks lasted shorter.
Oh, fuck.
Danny wailed as he ran his hands through his hair. They looked so soft. Focus, Jason. So you would smash me? Jason inquired, amusement clear in his voice, even though it was modulated. Dear agent, stop. Danny sounded mortified. He smacked Jason on the arm with a nice... Really?
What?
That was me. It landed on my knee and fell.
It did?
Yeah.
Shit. What's your room? Never know.
I put them in there. I've been putting them in there all damn week. You could have shit them in there now. He smacked Jason on his arm with a nice flush to his face. Cute, Jason thought. Danny calmed down a little and continued. When you look like that, it's an obvious answer. He justified himself, pointing at Jason with his hand. When I look like what? Jason pressed on. This was getting even better. Like a fucking Greek god. Everybody would say smash. Danny's face was honest to God red now, and Jason felt accomplished and flattered. Hell yeah, this cute guy thought he was hot. He'll take that as a win. If you say so, Jason said, amused, and Danny literally screamed into his hands. Jason decided he would let the other breathe and cool down a little. As funny as his reactions were, you have to admit though, some of the edits are freaking amazing. Danny seemed to perk up at that and look at Jason through the cracks between his fingers. I know, right? I even saved some of them. Like, how do they do that? It's beyond me, he agreed. Same here, dude. Do you have a favorite one? Holy shit, no way. Okay, hold up. Jason was really curious as to what Danny's answer would be. Danny had to think for a moment, his chin wedged between his fingers, between his thumb and his forefinger. I have your phone. Never mind. I was gonna pull up a song. I think it's the one with the hot in here and bring me to life mashup. You know which one? Danny looked inquiring at Jason. Yeah, I know. Solid choice. Mine is the one with the fruity cowboy song. Is that the one I think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the one you think it is. That is exactly what you think it is.
I was wondering on that. The what now? Danny asked incredulously. You know, the country song. At Danny's puzzled look, Jason realized the student had no idea what he was talking about. Oh my god, actually don't know, do you? Let me educate you then. Jason unlocked his phone with a smirk on his face, and in a matter of a few taps, he was showing Danny the masterpiece of an edit. He relished in the expressions that bloomed on Danny's face as the student watched the edit. The puzzlement, the shock, and finally, the disbelief. Yeah, Jason had the exact same reaction.
He has, yeah.
The edit was pure gold. What the fuck is that? The student said under his breath as he clutched Jason's phone closer. Okay, the edit, 10 out of 10. No question asked. But the song, who wrote that?
Bouncing off my booty cheeks the way he...
Hey, it's a certified summer hit. I've been listening to it on repeat. My God.
Jesus Christ.
No, I listened to it like once or twice. I was like, okay, enough.
I listened to it once and that's it.
The first time I listened to it, like the edit that Angel had pulled up on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time I actually pulled up the song to listen to it completely.
Yeah, it's just...
Jason insisted. Danny burst out laughing at his statement. You can't be serious, the student managed to utter between his cackling. Damn, Jason thought. He's even more good looking like that. He sat there with a dopey smile as Danny absolutely roasted him with his laughing fit. Jason had to admit he was really enjoying their little kind of date night. Sadly, all good things have to come to an end. Jason's calm came to life with a message from Robin. Hood, you there? I'd really use your help right now. Jason quickly sobered up and put his hand to his ear. What's happening, Red? Where are you? Danny was looking at him, concern clear in his eyes, still filled with tears caused by laughter. Jason put one finger up in a just a moment gesture and focused on the conversation. At the docks, I discovered a drug ring that's been dealing a new drug in Gotham for a while. There's about 20 goons inside, Black Mask also there. Red Robin answered, and Jason cursed under his breath. He was gonna beat that scum extra hard tonight for distributing dangerous drugs and ruining his little outing. I'll be there in 10, Red. Jason dropped his hand and turned towards Danny, who was looking at him questioningly. Sorry, Danny, I have to go, but I really enjoyed this. Will you be okay going back home on your own, or should I get someone to drive you? I'll be okay. I'll punch someone if I have to. Danny gave Jason a crooked smile, and the vigilante let out a laugh. This boy was too much for his heart. Danny's expression suddenly became pinched. Is everything okay? Nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Jason ruffled Danny's hair, much to the other's protest. Danny flattened his hair down and glared heatlessly at Jason. He let out a sigh. Good luck, then, he wished the vigilante. Jason readied his grappling hook as he stood up. Danny followed him. Jason turned his back towards the edge of the building they were on and looked at the cute student. What, no goodbye kiss? He joked, hoping to see the blush on the other's face once again. Danny didn't disappoint. However, Jason wasn't ready for the other to decrease the distance between them, stand on his toes, and give him a kiss on the cheek. Okay, it was a kiss to his helmet, but it was a kiss nonetheless. Jason stood frozen as Danny took a step back with a smirk on his flushed face. The vigilante carefully lifted his hand to put on the cheek that had been kissed as he looked at the student. Danny only laughed bashfully at his dumbfoundedness and urged him to go. Danny snickered and got ready to grapple. Are you sure you'll be okay? He preferred to make sure of that. He honestly felt sorry for anyone who would cross the student's path. He had a mean punch. Joker could attest to that. If he was still alive, that is. I'll manage, don't worry. And thank you for tonight, Danny said with a smile as he bid him goodbye. Don't mention it. See ya, twink boy. With that, Jason took a step off the edge of the building and grappled through the city with a laugh as he heard Danny sputtering. Motherfucker, I've got to get another date. Jenny said. Fuck. Jason decided. I fucked up the names. Last chapter. Kind of.
Because it's
Yeah, it's not finished yet, so last chapter that's been updated.
This is not mine. This is yours. Did you almost spit your drink out?
I looked over and said, that looks like my hair. Where'd you get that from?
I don't know, it was on me.
I don't know how it got.
I just put it back on my jacket. I was like, yeah, it's gonna put you right back. The whole chugging situation was exhausting if Jason had to be honest. He arrived still brooding about the fact that his day was cut short, only to notice that Dick was already there. So why Jason would need to remain a mystery. After all, the replacement and the annoyance could handle it on their own. Why is it trademarked? What? Annoyance is trademarked.
Oh, I don't know why, but I do know that's like the nickname for him in like a bunch of fics.
But hey,
I think that's what he calls him. He calls him replacement in the comics. I don't know.
But hey, he'll never say no to beating up some thugs, especially those who dare sell drugs to kids. He always takes pleasure in making their kneecaps a distant memory. That's a good exercise. He can blow some steam and all that jazz. Nevertheless, it didn't change the fact that he was in a cranky mood.
Yeah, your funk of getting blown the fuck up.
Yeah. He had such a good time with Danny. The student turned out to be a great guy, cute and smart with a mean punch, just his type. One that Jason wouldn't mind taking on a proper date. Therefore, Jason needed a plan of action. He bid his goodbyes to Tim and Dick and started heading home. Having climbed the fire escape, he opened the window and slipped inside. He swore that one day he'll remember to take his keys. One day, mark his words. He finally was able to shed his helmet off his head. Looking at the thing now in his own hands brought back the memory of Danny kissing him on his cheek and felt the blood rush to his ears. Jason shook his head to clear his mind. Get a grip, man, he reprimanded himself. He took off his jacket and threw it on the couch in his living room before heading straight towards the cabinet. He opened one of the drawers and took out his laptop and something to write. He straightened and closed the drawer with his hip, clutching the tools in his hands, and meandered towards his bedroom. Jason carefully put everything on his bed before taking off his boots and laying on his stomach. He opened the laptop and clicked the power button to boot it. In the meantime, he opened his notebook and wrote something on the first blank page. When the laptop was up and running, he wasted no time and opened the web browser. He typed the address as soon as...
All I'm picturing is those girls who are like sitting on their bed writing in their diary, kicking their legs in the air. That's what I'm picturing in my head.
Yeah. He typed the address and soon was welcomed by the main page of Archive of Our... Oh, shit. Archive of Our Own. Jason smirked under his nose. It's time to come up with a plan, he muttered to himself and dived into his favorite tags, research.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go.
The sound of typing on the keyboard was interrupted only by Jason's own giggles.
Oh my god.
Accompanied by him kicking his legs in the air. On the page of his notebook, the following thing was written: Operation Meet Cute.
Oh my god.
Bruce found himself in front of the computer in Batcave with a splitting headache. There's been a number of breakings and enterings happening around the city, which troubled his mind. Seemingly unrelated. They all linked to one organization, but what the organization was or what was its aim remained a mystery. Even Barbara wasn't able to find anything about them yet, despite searching nonstop. All they had was a few witnesses' statements and one CCTV footage showing two men dressed from head to toe in white.
Oh shit.
Head to toe in white. I don't even...
The guys in white. The government agency? In any town? Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen
I know, no.
series.
But I've talked about them a little bit from other ones. They're the ones that are usually dissecting Danny.
Oh shit.
That's not his parents.
Yeah, okay.
Do you remember that now?
I think so.
Okay, it's the guy in white.
The men really rarely took anything from places they broke into. There were four instances of something going missing. All stolen objects, as research determined, were connected to the occult, ghost summoning, to be more specific. Bruce let out a heavy sigh and pinched the bridge of his nose. This whole situation rubbed him in the wrong way. Something shady was going on right under his nose, and he felt the anger of powerlessness stir within himself.
Maybe you should be better, bitch.
He needed to find out what was going on before someone got hurt. That was the reason he was
That's
sitting.
detective my ass.
That was the reason he was sitting in front of a screen reading some article about a small town in Illinois. He looked at the time, nearly 5 a.m.
Damn.
Said town was supposed to be the most haunted town in the United States. At least that's how it was advertised itself.
Advertising my ass.
In a real Tim fashion, Bruce took a sip of what must have been his fourth coffee that night and clicked on some Amity Park newspaper article concerning one of its ghosts only to be denied access. Huh. That was definitely suspicious. First, no information about the mysterious organization, and now, just when he thought he found some lead, he was thrown out of the webpage altogether. He tried again a few times, but all attempts ended just like the first. There must have been some firewall which even the back computer couldn't overcome. He needed to inform Barbara about it. Well, this could wait until morning. The poor girl already...
It was morning.
The poor girl already pulled too many on-airs on this case. She needed rest. Bruce set out to research Amity Park some more about, but finding any significant information about the town seemed impossible. All he had were some articles about it from neighboring towns. Something regarding some teen in a purple purple back gorilla. Yeah. And any information from within the city was inaccessible. Bruce squinted. Something definitely smelled fishy there. He was about to research the boy from the article some more when he heard someone entering the cave in rushed steps. Soon enough, Dick in his Nightwing getup entered his vision as he sprinted towards the computer. The young man grabbed Bruce's chair and shoved it aside in a real move, bitch fashion. As Bruce went away on his chair in shock, he saw Dick swiftly typing something on the keyboard. Soon enough, he was able to see that his son entered some website. Wait, Bruce squinted once again. Was that Twitter? What the hell is going on? Bruce stayed where his chair stopped and observed Dick as he snickered to himself as he typed. Not long later, Dick left as quickly as he came in with a "Bye, Bruce." The older man found himself alone in the cave once again. Move, bitch. What was that all about? He grumbled to himself as he made his way towards the screen. What greeted him was the open Twitter window Dick must have left open when he left. Bruce glanced at what was so interesting there that made Dick so amused. He read the first tweet and soon wished he didn't. With mortification, he scrolled down and the tweets made his headache pulse with a new, stronger wave of pain. He put his head in his hands and groaned. He regretted that he asked his kids why they were teasing Jason with every second that passed. "Should I bring you some aspirin, Master Bruce?" asked the voice to his left. "Bring me the whole package, Alfred," Bruce pleaded as he got up from his chair. It was definitely the time to call it a night and take some time off. Maybe another time.
I wanted to see the photo.
Maybe another time. Alfred patted the miserable man on his back and led him on the stairs. There. Oh, this is a whole tweet.
Yeah, it's Twitter thing.
Red Riding Twink Truther. Hood titties at Hood titties. Guys, you won't believe. This is a fucking tweet. Guys, you won't believe what fucking happened. Red Hood and Twink Boy bought Barbie shakes together. It was a fucking video too. A whole 15 seconds. Our RT official fan account. What the fuck? Our Red Riding Twink official fan account. Oh my god, it's happening. Everybody's take calls. Twink Boys Coffee. Red Riding Twink becoming real was not on my bingo card.
Oh my god.
Even the fucking Flash Speedster. What do you mean they were all? What do you mean they were always real?
Oh my god.
Smashing, never passing at Wonder Woman. Flash. Nightwing.
The official Nightwing.
Yeah, official Nightwing. At Red Hoodie. Congratulations, you're finally not single.
Oh my god.
Official Nightwing. He blocked me. Spoilers. What?
Spoiler, the purple one. Stephanie? Blonde? Okay.
Just laughing.
Yeah.
No. Red Hood blocked him.
Stephanie too.
Yeah, he blocked her too. Nightwing laughing. Lex Luthor official. Is this how our protectors should act? The Batclan is getting out of hand. Official Robin, this ratio. The fuck? Danny was such in a good mood after his hangout with Red Hood last night that even getting up from his 9 a.m. class didn't cause a groan out of him. He felt giddy, his crush decidedly bigger than it was before. Last night. That's me. Which, wow, he needed help. Seriously. He let out a soft sigh. He needed to come back to Earth.
Yeah.
His fantasies about the anti-hero would have come true after all. Red Hood might have played along with the joke, but there was no way in hell he regarded Danny
Oh, poor
in
baby.
a romantic way.
No self-confidence, that one.
This put Danny in a sour mood. He got out of bed and made his way towards the bathroom to take a shower. After all, he headed to the kitchen only to see that he had nothing to eat. His few days old takeout was developing a new civilization in its moldy environment. He heaved a sigh and massaged his rumbling belly. Sorry, mate. Looks like there would be no food until after class.
Ooh. That was sarcasm.
Danny was getting ready, one sneaker on, when he saw a notification light up his phone. He put his other shoe on and checked. Damn. Motherfucker. He put his other shoe on and checked what it was all about. He saw an email telling him that the class he had been getting ready for had been canceled.
Oh my god.
Then he groaned. There was no point in getting back to bed since he was basically ready to go. He sighed and decided to go out and get some breakfast at least. He made his way to the coffee shop near the campus and went inside. He got his usual order of the abomination of a coffee.
This sounds actually like really fucking good to me.
What?
6 shots of espresso and 6 shots of caramel.
There it goes. And decided to order a French toast additionally.
You ain't gotta turn it back on.
Fuck that shit, nigga, I'm hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm cold.
Fuck you. His stomach rolled with an appreciation. After you said you're cold.
You said you're hot.
Thank you for your sacrifices. Then he placed his order and stepped to the side to wait. He scrolled through his Instagram. He liked a new post from Sam and Tucker.
I blood for my sacrifice.
Fuck. He liked the new post from Sam and Tucker, and his eyes had some month-old memes. Instagram was really behind when it came to them, but that's why Danny limited himself to using that app nowadays. It was untouched by the Red Riding Hood plague.
Wait, which one?
It was untouched by the Red Riding Hood plague.
Yeah, which one?
Instagram.
Ain't no way. That's what started it.
Instagram was really behind when it came to them, but that's why Danny limited himself to using the app nowadays.
Oh, I guess it was Instagram.
It was untouched, yeah.
Damn.
Danny perked up as he heard his name being called and went to collect his food. As he sat down with his order, he felt someone looking at him, but he shrugged this off and decided to take a sip of his sugar bomb of a coffee. He sensed someone approaching him before he heard the other person speak. "Can I sit here?" Then he was mid-sit when he turned his head in the direction of the voice to nod yes. When he came head to head with strong thighs that could crush watermelons between them. Wait, he knew those thighs. His eyes widened with realization. No fucking way. In shock, Danny sipped so hard on his coffee that he gagged and then went spitting through his nose. He was violently coughing to get rid of the rest of the liquid when he felt a large hand place itself on his back. "Are you okay?" A criminally attractive voice tinted with concern asked, and Danny pled the ancients for strength before looking up at the figure which lacked the red helmet from last night. "Red Hood?" he whispered incredulously. Incredulously.
Incredulously.
Yeah, that's what I said, incredulously. He saw the man's eyes widen in bewilderment. How the fuck can I see? And God, weren't those eyes attractive?
Oh my god.
Almond shaped in teal blue. Actually,
Oh.
scratch that. His whole face was a piece of art, as if sculpted by Michelangelo himself, it would seem. Nice straight nose. And boy, did Danny hope it was the only straight thing about the man. God damn. With light freckles on his bridge, sharp jawline, mousse black hair with a tuft of white strands falling on his forehead, and thin but plump lips which right at the moment were turning upside into a smirk. Dear God, Danny mumbled. Actually, it's Jason, but you can call me whatever you want, sugar.
Oh my god.
He said with a huff of laughter and eyes sparkling with mischief. Danny felt heat rush into his cheeks and his mouth opened like a fish before he could make any sound, though. Red Hood, or rather Jason, continued. So there's no need for further introductions. Does it mean I can ask for your number straight away? I'd like to continue where we left off, he said as he slid into place right across Danny. Danny, too dumbfounded to say anything, just nodded and gave him his phone to Jason so that he could put his number in and text himself. He heard the man snicker as he took his phone, and that's when Danny had a morbid, chilling realization.
I'm seeing shit.
Ah, okay. His wallpaper was a fucking fan and a red riding twink. He hit his face into his palms and uttered, "Oh, fuck me." The vigilante only huffed a laugh. Maybe later. I'd like to take you to dinner first.
At least he'll feed the poor boy.
He said with a wink, and Danny felt butterflies fly in his stomach. Nevertheless, he felt out of small laugh himself, and with a blush still present on his face, looked Jason in the eyes and said with a smirk of his own, "I'm looking forward to it then."
Hell yeah.
And that's it.
Fuck. That's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's all that's there.
That's all I say.
I'm sad though.
Fuck you.
Okay, that's it.